In this tech tip video, I'm going to show how you can configure and run a syntax check in your Vericut session. Check syntax is an easy way to quickly identify any syntax-related errors in your NC program so they may be corrected before you invest time in your Vericut simulation. Let's start with a Vericut project which already has the NC program loaded. The NC program syntax check button can be found at the top of the NC program window. Before we run the syntax check, let's get into settings and configure what we want Vericut to find and report to us. Check syntax can check the format of each block in the NC program to make sure that words are valid, find missing parentheses or brackets, check the correctness of logical statements, check word format as defined in the Vericut control, warn you of missing go-tos, and a few other conditions you may also find useful. You may choose to select for individual pre-configured conditions or select all conditions. There is also an area where you may add custom conditions to check for specific text and optionally add text conditions using the operators and or not. For example, I'm going to add a custom check for any block containing the word address G43 and not H. In other words, if H is missing from a block which includes G43, I want syntax check to find it for me. Custom checks can also be set to find any defined word with either a decimal or integer address. After choosing OK, you now have a few different ways to perform the syntax check. Check Next will check from the current cursor location in the NC program window to the next violation. Check to End will check from the current location to the end of the NC program. Check Active will check all lines in the NC program in the project tree with an active status. And lastly, Check All will check all loaded NC programs. Check syntax violations are reported in rows showing information such as the block, text, an explanation of the type of error that was detected, and the NC program file name. You can see when I select one of the errors, it'll also highlight in the NC program window. This area I have selected here shows me there's a format error for the address of the word R. The proper format allows only for 4 digits after the decimal point, and this particular occurrence has 5 digits, which is invalid. The next error shows missing word before an address. The highlighted block is calling a subprogram. However, the word P is missing before the subprogram ID number. At any time during your Vericut session, you can quickly run the syntax check by going to the Analysis ribbon and choosing the Perform Syntax Check button. You may also enable an option to automatically run the syntax check at the start of your Vericut session. You can do this by going to the project tree, choosing Setup, and under the Configure Setup panel on the G-Code tab, check the box. When either of these methods are used, the results are reported to the Vericut logger. Thank you for watching this tech tip video. I hope you enjoyed it.